Waiting for the scrap to go away in 3, 2, 1, and go. Hello everyone, and this is Marshee coming to you with another ZvT from the LiquidSheth replay pack. We do have the blue Zerg, our hero, our true friend, LiquidSheth, spawning as the blue Zerg. And in the bottom right on Entombed Valley, we do have areaJibroni spawning as the red Terran player. Now my mouse movement's going to be a little splotchy here. I do not have a mouse pad just yet, so some of my keyword might be a little off, but that's okay. We are on Entombed Valley, and the cool thing about Entombed Valley is it's just very easy to take your second and very easy to take your third. These rocks are annoying as a Zerg player. It just kind of takes forever for Zerglings and Queens to slowly nibble away at these rocks to make it very easier for good grammar work, makes it easier to defend this third here. Meanwhile, Terran, all the Terran's got to do is just place a couple of tanks here, wall off this ramp, or maybe even partially wall off or something, and you pretty much have a good 3 bases as a Terran. But so far, it's very standard. You have the barracks coming out. We do have the Overlord scouting in the correct position for Sheth. So Sheth's going to get that lucky scout out. And we do have Jibroni sending out the SCV, not quite knowing which way to go yet. He's going to start scouting in counterclockwise, which isn't going to be, he's not going to get to Sheth in any sort of time. But he will see this Overlord coming by, and he will know which way to scout. But very standard ZvT. Right now we just have the 15 hatch going up to maybe a 16 pool. I wasn't quite aware of the drone count when the pool went down, but we do have the orbital going down. 1 mariner being made, and Terran, Jibroni, 1 Rax expanding. I'd like to note how efficient and how good this SCV is. He's building an entire building by himself, just using his little drill. He has some minerals in his other hand. He can't really do that, but just drilling a little bit here and there, and he's making a command center. We do have this little drone scout just trying to see if anything crazy is going on. Nothing yet. SCV scout is going into the main for LiquidSheth. Going to see everything. Not much to see, just standard 15 hatch pool opening. We do have quite a bit of lings out for Jibroni, possibly doing a little bit of harassment here, going to try to catch this SCV, and he's going to get the almost surround here. This SCV got a couple good nibbles, and guess Sheth testing Jibroni, how greedy is he going to play? But he will be just fine with this very superb bunker placement. It's going to finish just in time for those Marines to get in there and deflect any sort of ling pressure here. LiquidSheth just darting around, trying to find a good weak point into the oh, he's got to be careful with these Marines. If they get a full if these lings get a full surround on those Marines, you could actually delay this expansion quite a bit. But Sheth just making a few lings, just putting a little bit of pressure, seeing if there's anything he could grab for free. And he's just going to use these lings for map control now. He's going straight back into droning, and he should be just fine. There should not be any sort of plays coming in. We do have the Overlord scouting into the main. He does scout the extra command center, so areaJibroni playing rather greedily, not really greedily, but he's playing more economic focus, no sort of pressure coming out just yet. We do have Hellions coming out as well, and 1 Mariner is going to try to take care of this Overlord. He does see absolutely everything. He does see the tech lab going down on the barracks. He does see the factory producing Hellions. He does see the 3rd command center. And Jibroni just using his initial scouting SCV for checking to see when that third does in fact go down. We do have a spine crawler here for LiquidSheth to deflect, go ahead and get a couple pokes off on Hellions when they come up the ramp here. But with 2 queens and a spine crawler, he will be just fine. Just going to try to deny this creep as long as he can. But we do have all 4 extractors going out for Chef, so he will start gas production immediately. There he goes. He does send all of his drones into the respective gases. The first thing we should see is probably speed for the links, or maybe even lair. Then the speed, and he might throw down some 2 evolution chambers, get those double upgrades going. He's still on the macro hatch, trying to keep his money low. He's doing a very good job. We do have speed coming out first for Chef, and just popping out overlords. But no sort of third coming out just yet for LiquidSheth. Those Hellions are going to roast anything that comes by. And these Hellions are actually getting a few free shots off on the links trying to attack the rocks there. So far, nothing else. We do have stem pack being researched. We do have +1/+1 coming out for Jabroni as well. And he is adding 3 more barracks. And he is switching the factory out and going to start a tech lab. So he is going to start tank production here very shortly. And he is going to build a starport here. So it is going to be Marine Tank Medevac for Jabroni. And these Hellions are regained the map control for Jabroni. And he's just going to go wherever he can and pick off teamers left and right. We do have quite a bit of links. 20 more links in production. Chef is pretty much very saturated on both bases. So right now he's going into full link production. He does have +1/+1. Metabolic boost is done. And Jabroni needs to be very careful with these Hellions. And here we go. Very good reaction time from Jabroni. And Chef is actually watching a lot of his lings just get roasted here. Not really doing that much. And that did nothing for Chef here. If we look at the units lost, 625. I don't know if that was purely just lings, but either way, that engagement went very poorly for Chef. Only getting just a couple nibbles out on the Hellions there. So good job for Jabroni, having very good reaction time. And not able to get the cancel just yet on those. But we do trap 2 Hellions. So Chef did get a very good surround on 2 of those Hellions. But Jabroni does roast a few more lings as well. So back to production tab. The +1/+1 finishing. Ventral Sacks almost finished as well. More lings and the infestation pit coming out. We do have a ton of lings out on the map. And we are going to have a hidden third here. And this Viking is patrolling the map for lone overlords. But this is such a weird third for LiquidSheth to take. I guess he's maybe worried about drops here. Anyways, we did pathogen glands starting for LiquidSheth, and we do have the third coming out for Jabroni, but being delayed by the creep just a little bit. So annoying. We do have an overseer going in, instantly dying to this pack of Marines. The other lings just breaking down rocks so the Terran can't take this this fortress right here on the high ground. And we do have the creep spread going crazy for Chef right now. Already creeping its way towards Jabroni's base right now. And see, here we go. Like I said, we do have the wall off here, a partial wall off here, just with supply depots. We just have a few turrets going down, and now we're going to have a drop coming out from Jabroni. There's not going to actually be a third here, surprisingly. And he does spot it. Chef should have great reaction time. He does have a bunch of lings out right now, and these infestors are going to get the fungal. He does fungal on Jabroni, and he actually sends out 2 infested Terrans out that way. And oh my gosh, that medevac full of Marines just got demolished. Very good spotting from Chef. A little small victory there, and little small victories win the game for players. And we do have not opting out for the this third here, but instead this is just throwing me off. And we do have a full surround on the Hellions, and the Hellions are now gone here. But we do have Jabroni just trying to take his third here, just trying to secure a little more. We do have another medevac full of Marines being sent out, another one going the other way, and we do have the drone train transfer up here. But Sheth does spot these drops coming, and more like these dropships are just used for scouting right now. This base is completely undefended, and it will be ooh, another elevator getting sniped there. But we do have two drops coming for Jabroni. But we do have +2/+2 finishing up for Sheth. Adrenal Glands on the way, and the Greater Spire just started here. And we do have these lings streaming across the map here. I guess going towards the wrong base. And these, it's going to kill the Queen here. And this drop's going to do a lot of damage. A couple drones being killed, and nothing lost by Jabroni here. So he does snipe a Queen, and we do have more drops going to take down this expansion as well. But this Infestor control, he does kill off the medevac. That medevac is dead. And then these Marines are going to get gobbled on up. They cannot get back to the medevac. And one does get away, but this Corruptor will slowly have its way with him. Meanwhile, this gigantic push is coming out for Jabroni. He is coming across the map. He's going to clean up some creep. LiquidSheth army's not quite in position just yet. The Greater Spire is still a little bit ways away. Jabroni's hitting a very nice timing where there's no Broodlords left on the field yet. But we do have these links streaming across the map. We do have Infestor support now. And Jabroni is going to move out and try to his tanks are out of position. Does not realize what's out here just yet. LiquidSheth needs to get a few more fungals, and he does have more Broodlords. He does have Broodlords being produced now, and Jabroni has to strike fast. The main army is separated from this base now, and here comes this. Oh, and here comes the. Both players dancing around, killing the spine crawler. Just Jabroni is maxed out. He has a maxed out arm, but he is. The Broodlords are finished. No Vikings out yet, and the stem forward to pop off these Broodlords. Meanwhile, the tanks are left undefended, but it doesn't matter. LiquidSheth is streaming on in. The Vester's taking a couple tank shots and great fungals here on these Marines, though, but it's not going to be enough. Very good positioning from Jabroni, but all the lings are almost wiped up. No more Broodlords left. 60 lings in production. And all these tanks are still left intact here. He is burrowing the lings. I think he misclicked one of the infestors instead. Just trying to do, throw out some infested Terrans. Going to kill the rest of these, but he needs to save his infestors. Two more little beach balls being shot out, trying to kill a couple tanks as you go down. And 3 tanks for energy is something you'll take any day, but he did lose a lot of infestors, and he only has 2 infestors right now. He is making 2 more, but he really needed to keep those infestors and keep this army at bay. But with these 3 Broodlords and not that much stuff that can shoot up, Jabroni is forced to retreat, and now sprinting forward, trying to catch this army out of position. Jabroni does siege up just in time, and he does send a few lings, the slow link falling back forward. But 3 Broodlords is going to be good right now for Sheth. 3-3 is on the way for Jabroni. 3-3 is on the way for Sheth. Sheth a little behind on his own 3-3, but that is okay because he does have Broodlords. Terran might argue the most overpowered unit in the game. But Terran is going to opt to take this base right here. Chef does spot the other drop coming out. He does have some lings back here. He is making spore crawlers, so when this medevac does come in, he is going to have a bad time. Meanwhile, another big engagement here. Jabroni does siege up just in time, and he is pushing forward. He does have a few medevacs, pretty much a botched fungal, not grabbing any medevacs at all, or any Vikings or any units at all, I should say. But right now, both players are fighting top notch here. We do have 20 more lings in production, 5 more corruptors on the way, trying to get that anti-air out, not trying to overmake Broodlords and then have Vikings pick them off one at a time. But right now, Jabroni's in a nice choke. He is unsieging a few of his tanks, trying to put them back up, but he is moving on to Crete. His whole army is very clumped up and not sieged up at all, and a okay fungal coming down, but oh my gosh, all these infestors are going to die. Oh, such a huge misstep for Chef. Oh my gosh, all of his infestors are dead. There's nothing to keep this bio army back. Meanwhile, a huge counterattack into the main. This is going to destroy the production value, but right now there is just a few broodlords remaining, and that's not going to be enough for all of this bio right here. So we do have a bit of a base race coming out, but there's just so many lings, and this is going to destroy the production value and the economy for both players, really. So much tech is going to go down from for Chef. The infestation pit just about to go down. We have 3 broodlords left, but that's just not going to be enough. These broodlords are going to fall. The Greater Spire has not fallen just yet, but we do have a few more Marines in here, but they are going to get cleaned up for the rest of these lings. But we do have this massive. These medevacs have their work cut out for them. Meanwhile, back in the main base for Jabroni, all hell has been broken loose. The mass transfer of buildings is on the way. All these reactors, all these tech labs are going to have to be remade unless he floats his buildings back. And this is just a flying base of Jabroni, and he is going to drop down and try to refortify this planetary right here. So we're only down to 1 mining base for Jabroni to the 2 mining bases of Sheth here, but a lot of tech is going to go down. The main standing army for Sheth, for Jabroni, is still active, but there's not a lot of energy left on these medevacs. So, but no, the spawning pool does get cleaned up. There's still a bunch of lings here in the back. We do have a bunch of infestors, and a good fungal could take out a whole lot of units here. But the Greater Spire does go down. Meanwhile, we do have the broodlords coming in. We do have some infestors here, but the army for Jabroni is going to get cleaned on up here. We do have some more lings coming in, and just like that, one good fungal kills everything. The medevacs do indeed escape, but it's not going to be enough, and Jabroni is pushed right on back. A little bit overextended. He probably should have stayed back and defended, but right now these mineral patches are getting ravaged by the SCVs. It's over harvesting at its finest, not trying to plant back any minerals for future generations to come. We are very, very greedy here, very greedy Terrans. But anyways, we do have these bases going just fine. The lair being remorphed. He did throw down an infestation pit before it got destroyed, but he is going to have to remake the spire, he does have the spawning pool remade, but right now just all of his tech got destroyed here, and so the main base and the natural is gone. And for some reason, he decides to take this hatchery here instead of here, full of minerals. He decided that he wanted the last 65 minerals in this patch. But we do have another lane counterattack coming on in here. You have more starports being made, and but Jabroni might have to cancel them here. One reactor does go down, but then there's 2, not that many Marines left either, and Sheth is just going back into the main, going to just eat all the supply depots, leave those on fire, but he is going to have to get away here. Does not want to lose anything. He doesn't have to, and this expansion is being blocked off by these lings as well. Meanwhile, a drop over here into one of the last few remaining bases. These lings are going to get going to force the pickup on this medevac here. The broodlords are coming in, trying to help. But meanwhile, another counterattack. So both players being very active with harassing as best they can. Don't wanting the other player to rebuild anything going on right now. Do you have infestors, bird infestors? All you gotta do is pop up, and one good fungal will kill a bunch of these Marines. Put them all in the red, actually. These rocks are going to be taken down. These 2 links are going to get wiped up. And we'd like to see them bird infestors just distract these tanks long enough, and we can get a very nice round on the Marines. But not opting for that, we do have a bunch of lings, a bunch of Marines getting eaten on up. We do have a few more infestors out. We do have another base for LiquidSheth up here in the top left, and Chef actually making drones down here, which I think is funny. The Overlord, sweet God, the Overlord block party going on right here by the ledge, by this dead tree. Anyways, just have some poking and prodding with these links, just seeing what can be done here. I hear some infested Terrans being made. And these infested Terrans are actually going to be out of range, and they will slowly kill these SCVs, but these Marines will kill these infested Terran brethren. But meanwhile, we do have the planetary being morphed here, and sweet mother of mules, guys. We do have 9 mules on the on the ground here. If you look at the income tab, it is holy crap! It is pretty insane with the income level right now of these mules. That is the power of mules, the power of Terran economy at its finest. And a good fungal on these Vikings here. You need to be careful with his Marines. They were very clumped up earlier. And pretty good fungal there. Pretty good fungals here and there, but he needs to retreat with these infestors, keep these infestors alive, and not just waste his army. But look at that ball right there. Oh my gosh, that is prime for a fungal. A sick fungal. Oh, he just needs to attack this right now. So many Marines are in the red right now. Tanks were unsieged, and he got some really good fungals on those Marines there before they even got the split going. We do have this massive ball of Lings coming over here, going to try to deny this planetary, and he is going to... He's getting the full surround. Nothing can start to repair it, and will it go down? Nope. With the doesn't want to lose his entire army right here to the planetary, so he just did a little bit of damage, not much. Lost a lot of resources in the process, and that planetary can just get repaired. You have so many links, so many infestors. Oh, and the army isn't quite... Oh, this is very scary. Where are the Broodlords? The Broodlords are not even with the main army. They are still stuck back at these hatcheries. It's not good. Not good at all. But we do have just so many Vikings, and they would just destroy all of this. And Sheth isn't in a very good position. He does have a lot of AoE damage with these fungals, and he is just going to try to get whatever he can, but it's not going to be enough. He does kill a Viking, and right now this is pushing Sheth back further and further. Jabroni is remaxed out now, and Sheth is down by 31 supply. This is not looking good. It's all going to come down to this final engagement here. There goes the split. We do have the tanks. We do have an okay fungal. Oh, a very nice fungal there. And a lot of these Marines are just going to slowly pop and die. But, oh, these rocks definitely need to be killed right here. Oh, and everything's so clumped up. One fungal. One money fungal. Oh, this would be so sick if there was a money fungal. Oh, no money fungal just yet. There goes the Broodlords, and here comes the final engagement, guys. Oh, the dancing. Oh, both players are dancing back and forth. This medevac has got his... Oh, there's... All these Marines are being overstemmed, and here it comes. Here comes the big engagement. Oh, sick fungals. All the Marines are going to die, but so are all of Sheth's units. But he only has these couple Broodlords left. Only a few more. Here comes the Marine reinforcements with medevacs this time. And this is looking so bad for Sheth. These infestors are going to run towards their deaths here. But one good fungal on the Vikings. Nope. Oh, last fungal before the infestor dies. Right now, this is so very tense. But it just doesn't look like Sheth's going to be able to pull it out. GG from Sheth, down by 70 supply. Oh, that's such a nail-bitingly close game. Terran actually saving himself by just lifting all of his production facilities and just moving them somewhere else. Zerg players can't do that. That was a very wise choice instead of watching them just kind of die. And this slow push really ended the game. I think maybe some money fungals or maybe some banelings would have helped out a little bit, but Jabroni just played a very good game. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you watching this game, and I'll see you next time.